Welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting off and we are starting to assemble the long block on the Hawkeye STi. Let's go ahead, get started, get one of the motors unboxed, placed onto the motor stand, and start getting this long block assembled. I absolutely hate styrofoam. And there we go, sitting right in front of us. I don't know if I mentioned this before. We went ahead and bought a brand new OEM Type RA short block for this car, and I bought another one as well. And there's a reason for that. But I do not think I'll be getting into that in today's video. Today's video is just hopefully trying to get this long block together and hopefully maybe even in the car and running. But we're gonna go ahead and start off by getting the heads bolted up onto the short block. And there we have it. We have one head, the passenger side head, all torqued down. I have never used stock head bolts. I've always used like 1/2 inch head studs. And I didn't realize the angle thing is so weird because it's torqued by angle, not by foot pounds. So thankfully the Snap-on has a nice angle feature on there, so it's nice and accurate. But we have the passenger side head all bolted on. Now it's time to get the cams and cam caps put on here. This time, let's not mix up our intake and exhaust cam. If you guys do not know what I'm talking about, old video, I flopped the intake and exhaust cam and the car would not run, obviously. So this time we're gonna make sure we don't do that. Get this side 100% buttoned up, and then we can move on to the next side. So we got the long block assembled. We're starting to do some of the timing components right now. I got the water pump on, the new oil pump. I did go ahead and pack that as well. Before we get too far, I need to go ahead and put on all the seals, the cam seals and the oil pump seal. Company 23 sent over their fancy tool, so it should make doing this an absolute breeze. Now a quick run through how to use this very straightforward tool. It's going to come like this. You're going to utilize the crank bolt and you tighten it and it sucks it in. So we're going to go ahead, place the seal center. Doing this one hand, I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod and show you installing these seals. And there we have it. The oil pump seal is installed and it's always a perfect fit every single time. So it'll make sure that you never have any of those stupid little leaks coming from your either oil pump seal or your cam seals. So yeah, now let's go ahead, swap tools and do the same thing on all the cam seals.
Hey guys, so Remy put the cam gear seals in backwards because he's used to dual ABCS where they both have ABCS seals.
I've been fighting trying to get the top two intake cam gears on and it's been driving me absolutely crazy. So I called the boy Tanner to try to help me figure out what the hell is going on. And he pointed out that I put the cam seals on upside down. This is supposed to be there.
No, just backwards.
Backwards, yes. So that is why the cam gear would physically not be able to go into place. All right, there we go. I went ahead and took off the cam caps. I was able to save the seals instead of just trying to like stab them, take them out. Took off the cam caps, resealed everything, torqued everything back down. Now we are back to kind of step one of where we were today, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna go ahead and put the cam seals in the proper place this time, get the cam gears on, and then we can finally time this motor. So lesson for you guys, I guess, watching too, if something is supposed to go on a lot easier than it is, and if you're fighting something that shouldn't be that hard, take a look and make sure it's proper. Because I've done this so many times putting on cam gears, I've never had that issue before. So I should have dove in a little deeper to see what was causing it. But at least we found it out and everything is now placed on here correctly. We're gonna throw the tensioner on and get this thing timed. And that is what we call a perfect timing job. Just turned it over 2 times to make sure everything was still in time. Lined up, lined up, lined up, lined up with the crank, straight down, perfectly lined up. It is spot on. Normally you can sometimes be like a half a tooth off, but this is like perfectly spot on, which is good. It turns over amazingly, so as it should. It's a brand new motor, rebuilt heads, everything is brand new, so it should turn over easy. Now we could start dressing this block up, get the timing covers on, and then we can start bolting the accessories up top, get the intake manifold on, the engine harness. I am going to be assembling this long block pretty much fully put together, so when we drop it in the car, we just have a few lines to connect. Well, there we go. It is now a few days later. I got the long block assembled and we have been having such great weather outside. It was high 80s all weekend. I decided to just enjoy the weekend, go on a nice hike and stuff like that, and kind of put this on the side burner and just enjoyed the nice weekend. What I ended up picking up this weekend as well are these like wheel jack dollies. It is going to make moving cars around in here that don't run especially a million times easier. Having a car in this corner, getting it out is like a 30-point turn and is just such a pain in the ass to get cars situated. So now with those wheel jack dollies, whatever you want to call them, we can get cars moved around in the shop a million times easier. Went ahead and got the rest of the long block assembled. I have the headers on, the turbos all bolted up. Everything is pretty much 100% connected on the motor aspect of it. There'll still be some things I need to do when we get the motor in the car, but we're gonna go ahead, put it on the engine hoist, get it dropped into the car, and we should have a startup very soon. And there we have it. The motor is now back inside of this 07 STi. And now we're gonna double check that the gears work. And another success putting a motor in a car. All right, I'm getting pissed off with this car now. The issue I'm running into is I don't know if it's the clutch fork is not, or the throwout bearing's not engaged, or we just lost a ton of pressure in the slave, but I've not been able to get the clutch pedal to work properly. And I've been going at it for so damn long now. It is getting nighttime. So I want to go ahead and at least start the car, make sure everything runs properly, and then we can pick this back up tomorrow. Right now I have the crank sensor unplugged, so we can go ahead and crank this over and build oil pressure since it is a brand new motor. We want to make sure we're not starting it up dry. So we're gonna go ahead and crank it over until the oil light goes away, plug it back in, and it should start right up. And there we go, we got the oil light to go away. So far underneath the car is dry, which is a good sign. We're gonna go ahead and put the crank sensor back in and she should hopefully start right up. Obviously, we're missing the intercooler intake, stuff like that. And no coolant in this car, so we're not gonna let it run long. I just wanna make sure that it runs. Sounds as healthy as it can be, which is a really good sign. I'm gonna let it run just for a second here, make sure there's no immediate leaks, turn it off, and then I'll pick this back up later on. All right, it is now the next day. I got pissed off last night, which I normally hate doing. I hate leaving with a problem still occurring. But this morning we went ahead and since I have another donor Hawkeye, I swapped first the slave to see if that'd fix it. Did not do anything. And then I swapped out masters, and now we can actually build up pressure. As you guys can see here, the clutch pedal works. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Hawkeye 07 STi is 100% complete. All we are going to do right now is fill up the coolant system with some new coolant, get it all bled, and then before we can drive this car, I do need to go ahead and swap the wheels from this other Hawkeye onto here. As you guys can see, these wheels are pretty messed up and punctured the tire, so I could drive on this, but I won't. So we're gonna go ahead and get the coolant system bled, fire this thing up, and yeah. So we got the coolant put in the car. I first filled in the radiator, and then once I was full, capped it off. And now I'm filling from the expansion tank. You're always supposed to bleed your coolant system from your highest point. So that is what I will be doing here. I went ahead and also picked up an access port for this car so we can go ahead and monitor our coolant temperatures while we are bleeding this coolant system. The key for bleeding coolant system 2 is put your heat on max heat and have it in like your feet and head position. A good way to tell too is once that starts blowing out warm air, pretty much wrapped up with the coolant bleeding process. Now that we got the car running, coolant system bled, I'm anxious to drive this car. I was originally just going to swap over these wheels and put those wheels on here so I can drive it as the wheel is broken. But I'm feeling a little bit lazy right now and I don't want to have to jack up this car and this car. So what we're gonna do instead is throw my work wheels on from the STi on this car. It might look a little goofy with the stretch tires and stock suspension, but I'm feeling lazy and I don't really feel like swapping over these wheels. If it looks really bad, we'll go ahead and do that anyway. But I think it might give it a nice look as well, having some nice wheels on this freshly built STi. And there we go. We finally have the STi back on the ground, wheels that we can actually drive on, and here she is. Now, I do agree with most of you guys' comments probably that these wheels look really goofy. for today, I'm gonna keep them on, do the first like break-in interval on this, and then I'll probably swap them back out. In the next video, I'm going to be making this car look good. As you guys can see, it doesn't have a hood. The front bumper is a little messed up, so we're gonna go ahead and go through this car and replace the things that are messed up, and yeah, make this car really clean, give it a nice wash, all of that fun stuff, because yes, unfortunately, I am going to be selling this Hawkeye. I can get into that in a different video, but that is why I wanted to get this Hawkeye running so bad, is because I'm trying to list it as soon as possible. But I'll go in a future video talking about why I'm going to be selling this Hawkeye. It will be for the better good of the channel. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.